Yeah, hell is another word for really. No joke.
You have no idea. Like I never heard the whole thing of. Are we on, by the way?
Yeah, we are.
It's hard to tell because I'm not looking at the chat, so I have no fucking idea what's going on anymore. And in case y'all are wondering, I'm reporting WandaVision spoilers.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I want to be a dick.
I actually had no idea we were on because I'm just looking at the. I'm not even looking at the chat tag thing on the side. I'm just looking at Nick's fucking avatar. I don't know what's going on right now.
Anyways, we're talking about the word hella and what it actually means. I don't fully actually understand what hella means. Neither
We're
does
not
he.
white, even though we're acting white.
We sound very white. I think we both can easily pass for white. Just on our voices.
Oh fuck yeah.
Especially you.
Have you seen me?
No, I've seen you. Oh boy, yeah, you are white as fuck, sir. I actually kind of think that you have been white this whole time and just your parents haven't told you. You know what I mean? You're always like, yes, us as Arabs.
Both my parents are Arabs.
No, I know, but maybe they didn't conceive you. Maybe they bought you from like a thing.
Trust me, my dad would have let me know really early on if I wasn't his.
Yeah, but I wonder how that whole conversation would go. Hey, by the way, you're not even mine, so why don't you shut the fuck up? I'll take you back to home.
I mean, yeah, honestly, yeah, probably.
Dude, your dad sounds cool, man.
No.
What's wrong with that? Child abuse is great. Just like emotionally abuse the fuck out of him. I love that.
Oh my god, I don't even know where to start that sentence. It really throws me off and I don't have a chat to look at. I feel like I'm just chilling at a hangout right now. This is really weird for me.
It kind of does feel weird. I mean, but the thing is, there's not a lot of people talking here anyway. So here's the thing, people. You guys need to come in here and fucking say something to us, goddammit. I am lonely up in here.
Or, you know, just chill.
Just what? Just
chill.
Just chill. You can chill too. You want to just chill? We can just like look at news and shit. Just hang out. You want to hang out?
Well, we're hanging out, so let's look at news. That'll get me back in the mood of normal shit.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, we're not gonna do that though. We're gonna do a whole show. So the thing is, well, I do. Okay, I'm gonna get your opinion on a couple things I already touched on earlier today, and I'm gonna rate us too. I forgot. So there you go. Woo!
That's
Rating. Yay! The raid is happening. But the thing is, I want to talk to you about something.
What's up?
I discussed this quite a bit earlier, but Chucky apparently is gonna have this guy, the guy from Final Destination. I think his name is
Ooh,
Devin
already.
Sawa.
You started this off with Chucky, and I'm like, well, Chucky kind of sucks. Oh, Final Destination. Oh, this can only get worse.
No, it can only get worse. You're an asshole. But the thing is,
Both
here it
those
is.
series fell off after like 2 movies.
But okay, wait. After 2 movies, the fucking Chucky thing? No, that shit was doing great for a long time.
Oh, was it? They just kept coming out with shitty ass sequels after another soul died.
Child's Play 2 and 3 were very successful. Bride of Chucky was huge, and then obviously See It Chucky, and the other one was pretty terrible.
Okay, it went on a little bit longer than I thought, but Final Destination died after 2.
Okay, true. Well, no, it came back though. The Final Destination came back and did very.
And nobody cared.
Why are you gonna be such an asshole?
Because those movies suck.
You suck, Alan. You're a bitch. You know that?
Yeah.
You're an asshole. No, but the thing is, though, here's the thing. I think that it's a pretty cool situation. I already talked about it earlier, so I'm not gonna say too much now. But you, I mean, granted, the fact that they even are able to have enough money to have Devon. I don't know what the fuck his name's. Mr. Sawa over here. The fact that they get to have him in this particular show means they have some amount of money here. So, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think it means like, oh shit, they got money? And if they do have money, do you think that's going to positively affect this particular show?
This motherfucker hasn't done anything. Like, he's on random television shows.
The Fanatic.
I guess. He's on random television shows, but this dude, it's not like this dude is like a fucking big name. He's just like, fuck it, this guy...
Dude, he's Mr. Dunbar on The Fanatic. Come on. Like, he's fucking great. Mr. Dunbar.
Who the fuck is that?
You know, Mr. Dunbar. He's in.
Who the fuck is Dunbar? I don't know what the
guy
fuck you're talking about.
Dude, in The Fanatic. John Travolta.
I never watched it.
Well, then you need to watch it then.
Why?
Let's watch that this weekend, and then you can review this on Sunday. We'll have a reason about it.
100 better things to do this weekend.
And by the way, you know who the director is of Fanatic?
What?
Fred Durst and Limp Bizkit.
No. You somehow unselling me this way harder than ever possible.
It's fucking Fred Durst and Limp Bizkit.
You unsold me so hard, I think you owe me money. I don't know why, but I think you owe me like $20.
Oh, I disagree. I think it's going to be a really cool thing. So here's the thing, though. Like, I don't think that this is going to make a huge difference, but I will say that I'm glad that because like here's another thing too. Speaking of money, they actually are hiring a kid to play Charles Lee Ray, as far as being, and Charles Lee Ray is obviously Chucky, but when he got into the doll, he was a grown ass man. We're gonna get something to kind of explain how he dealt with shit when he was a little kid. So that's cool too, right?
Oh, we're going back to he was a crazy kid. He wasn't just like, I want to do the opposite, where he's actually just a normal kid. nothing bad happened. He's just kind of like into like random bullshit, and it wasn't like bullied or anything. He just was super into bullshit, and because of like he had to pay bills, he became a criminal. Like I always hate when they do the whole fucking like, oh, this kid was a crazy, evil, satanic, murdering animals, so of course he became a serial killer. I'm like, we've done that 150 million times. Like, do something new.
Yeah, Ty95 says, the Nookie guy, damn straight. He did it all for the Nookie. And get that cookie. And stick it up your, yeah!
Is that an actual coherent lyric, or is that just a bunch of random words?
Yeah, it's Limp Bizkit, dude. It's the shit.
God.
Why are you such a fucking... Why are you so limp, bro? Damn.
Because their band name is terrible.
That's a great band name, Limp
That's
Bizkit.
a terrible name.
Because most guys...
I never liked their music.
No, because
I never liked their rolling. It's like, Jesus Christ, man, get a lozenge.
Move in and move out. Hands up and hands down.
I never thought Fred Durst was good. Whatever the fuck sound he was trying to emit from his mouth was terrible.
That song's a shit, man. God damn it,
No,
dude.
it's not.
You know, that's the thing about you millennials is that you guys are so fucking annoying.
Literally the same age.
We're literally not the same age. We're like...
I'm surprised you didn't enjoy that because you're a Limp Bizkit fan.
Shut up. But here's the thing, though, guys. So the reason why we came over here, just to let you guys know, since some people are starting to kind of trickle in a little bit now. So, you know, tomorrow is usually the day we do the chat attack, but we're not going to be doing that tomorrow. I don't know if this is going to be a thing that we do from now on, because I kind of like the idea of us doing a chat attack on a Friday and leaving our Saturdays finally to be open. That'd be fucking sweet, dude. So, yeah, but tonight is the chat tag. That's why we named it the fucking thing. But also, too, we're going to be reviewing a couple of things here. We're going to be reviewing Superman and Lois, episode 2. And
Damn it, he got it right.
Oh, thank God. Man, I completely forgot to fucking that up. Also,
man, this motherfucker was calling it Batman and Lois for like 2 days.
I mean, like really bad. I don't even know if I did it on the show. Maybe you weren't paying attention. I said it around the show. Who knows? Hope that's not the case. But then also too, The Flash season 7 episode 1. The premiere happened on March 2nd, 2 days ago, or 3 days ago actually. And Alan's gonna be reviewing that. And if we have enough time, and we have enough energy, I'm probably gonna be talking about a couple of news topics as well as Young Rock episodes 1 through 3. That's been a thing that's been premiering on Tuesdays.
Wait, it came out?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's alright. Well, actually, I guess we'll get into it in a little bit. But the thing is, though, Solid said, "What did I miss? You guys still haterade? Oh, wait, what? Solid is you fucking suck at spelling, sir." But I talked about WandaVision earlier today. If you want to, go watch that stream later on, or watch it now. Fuck it. I mean, I know.
And if you're wondering why I'm not acknowledging anyone in the chat, I am literally staying away from the internet as much as fucking possible because not y'all, but fuck the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he pretty much means y'all too. You've said fuck the chat many a times.
Oh, so. yeah, but not this particular time, because the quickest way to get somebody to do shit to you that you don't want to do is to literally berate them for no reason.
There you go. Okay, well then that's a good way to put it there, sir. But
I love the chat.
You fucking are very not true. But anyways, so we're gonna get into these reviews right now. And you know, maybe later on talk about some of these topics and whatnot too. But it's all good in the hood. And your dyslexia is fine for me. I think I fucked up. Dyslexia or dyslexia?
Dyslexia. I know Jet's not here, and the reading lessons haven't been going as smoothly as possible. But you got to work on that, man.
Fucking tired, bro. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. But the thing is, though,
reading's hard.
Yeah, unlike you. Get it? Because you're not hard. Because you got soft penis. Because you bitch. Anyway, so here's the thing, though. On top of him being a bitch, though, he is going to. Oh wait, hold on. Look at this. Do you have a chance to check out Josh Barnett? Bloodsport Diaz. I did not, good sir. I did not. But I don't know when I can, to be honest. Cause isn't that like a remake?
Sorry, what was the movie?
Bloodsport.
Oh yeah, because Bloodsport's a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie from the fucking 80s.
Well, but there's a guy who did a new one, like a remake of it. It's like an MMA thingy. Yeah, Josh Barnett's. Yeah, it says Josh Barnett's some shit. I don't know what the fuck it is. Because I'm looking over here too, and it looks like a pay-per-view, to be honest, dude. I don't know if this is like a fucking thing.
Oh no, this is a Bloodsport, the professional wrestling event held by American. Yeah, this is the movie's called Bloodsport, probably in reference to just the idea of this kind of stuff. But this is like a regular pay-per-view event type stuff. So it's not like you must be talking about recent stuff. But I don't know if you're really that into MMA because you talk about it a little bit. Okay. And
I like shoot fighting, but shoot fighting is another way of saying a street fight with rules. You know, and they're usually really sloppy fights. Like some people think they want to see that. Like remember that whole thing? I don't know if I don't know how much you care or pay attention to MMA, but Kimbo Slice and Rampage to Action were two Jackson. Man, my whole mouth is fucked. Anyways, they've been having a thing like it was like 8 years ago or something where like, oh man, like he beat up people and someone recorded it with their iPod. It was fucking great. And then they put him in the ring and the dude gassed out in like fucking 2 minutes because he's not professionally trained. He's just a badass that was on the internet. And people pay to go see him fight in the ring, and it's like, oh, he's not professional. That's why this sucks. It's like, yeah. It's almost like when you get trained to be a fighter, it's way more entertaining because you know what the fuck you're doing. Like, fighting's not that easy, guys and girls.
No,
Stop
it's not.
fucking. You know, it's like everyone thinks they're fucking like it's easy to be Keanu Reeves or something in a fucking thing. I'm not making a joke.
Even being Connor Reeves is super hard. Go look up the John Wick training videos. Like that motherfucker is training. Like the gun videos. Like holy shit. Like him actually like he can nail a lot of those headshots. Like there's this one video where it's showing him like with a pistol. Like I'm assuming some sort of safer and like simunition, rubber bullets type stuff. And he is going through headshotting and getting like the targets really really well. Like he's training every single day. Just because the fighting's choreographed. And you know where the people are going to come in and the moves. It doesn't make it any less difficult.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I don't know, man. But moving on from all that stuff, too, I just want to say really quick, Jed, hello, welcome. How you doing?
Okay. I heard my name called, so I came in.
Okay.
You actually didn't say your name at all, like, at all.
Yeah, you did.
Nope.
Yeah.
No
so
proof.
What you're saying is you did not say, I know Jed isn't here, so those lessons on reading didn't happen.
Wait,
wow.
Damn it. Wait, where the fuck were you?
Where the fuck were you to not even know you said that? No, I'm saying, like, where the fuck were you to not even know that you said that? That's
I don't even chat anywhere. This feels really weird. Like, legitimately, I feel off my game.
It's all good, though. Me too. I'm tired of shit. I've been working all day, and then I did a show earlier, too, so my mouth was like, oh, dude, shut the fuck up, Diaz. And it's like, no, you shut the fuck up, Alan. I named my mouth Alan, because it won't ever stop.
What?
So, the thing is, though... I'm just joking to not do that. Why would I do such a terrible thing? I don't believe you,
actually. I literally believe that you, like, named your mouth after me for some fucking reason.
Well, it makes sense, because you are like a big mouth. You just... You know, you just don't fucking stop, you know?
Why don't you punch me in the face? Just hits himself.
Jet, while you're here, I'm gonna ask you your opinion about something. Are you mad at all that they made this poor young rabbit unfuckable? Are you mad they can't wait big dick about it?
I mean, I don't care.
So why do you think people care? What are your thoughts on people? Like, how would you react if one of us told you, I'm mad, Jet, it's bullshit. They took the titties off my butt.
This is bullshit. They got rid of Lola Bunny's tits. She used to be so sexy back in the original Space Jam. Stupid liberals.
They're probably just basing it on the fact, like, I'm pretty sure if they would have gave her a crop top, a lot of this criticism wouldn't be there. Also, like, I guess her legs, too. I guess they didn't give her the much thicker. Look, also, that picture on the side, I'm pretty sure is fan art, too.
On the left?
Like, on the left is fan art.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So really, like, I feel like if they just gave her a crop top, a lot of this complaining wouldn't even happen. Because, like, you barely even see, like, her tits in the fucking first one. They're barely there.
Well,
it's probably the outfit too, because the outfit is it has to grow on me. But I feel like once we see it in motion, it's gonna be way better.
Well, because like I'm trying to find now I don't know where to fucking even look for because I think this is clearly from the movie, and the first one, and I'm like, yeah, like she still does look like sexual and everything, but I mean, keep in mind, people, when I watched this, I was a kid when I saw it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to fuck the shit out of her. Like,
no, they knew what they were doing. This isn't she kind of looks sexy background. No. They're like the angles that they're doing, the spotlights, the lighting, the focus. They're like, check out this sexy rabbit. Like, legitimately. Because even again, what's the first thing Bugs does? The heart's out of his eyes and he's losing his mind because she's sexy as fuck.
Yeah, well,
I will say, on the topic of the crop top again, I'm mad that they took that out because, we crop top wearers have to stick together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the thing is, too, is, like, for me, like, what I was going to say is, like, when I was a kid, yeah, I wanted to fuck her. But, like, as an adult looking at this, and granted, it's like, if other people grew up and they're already old by the time this came out, then they could probably see this, too. But it's like, isn't she underage? Like,
I don't think so.
I mean,
like when you're a kid,
it's weird because it's like technically yes, I guess, but it's hard to tell because we're assuming that. What's up?
How old is Bugs Bunny supposed to be? Like, I'm pretty sure Bugs is an adult.
Well, but the thing is, like,
they're all
actually.
adults.
Well, when you're a kid and you watch these things, usually everybody like most of these movies take place around the same age, so they have something to relate to, whatever. And I think that like Bugs Bunny never really ages, like the Simpsons thing, or the Bob's Burgers thing, or the whatever.
But the difference is we know that Homer is an adult. We know that Bart is a child. The Tiny Toons Adventures was actually like we know what they look like when they were kids. We know what they, but like for me, Daffy Duck's always been an adult. You know, Porky Pig, Yosemite Sam's always been an adult. Bugs Bunny, to me, I wouldn't say necessarily he's like an old person, but like I expect like what 18, 19, 20, like because he always has his own house. He has multiple jobs, cars and shit like that. Like he knows how to drive and whatever.
So apparently, from what I'm seeing from the Looney Tunes wiki, is that she's 31.
Okay, that seems convenient, but all right.
I mean, that's the first age that I saw, so I'm gonna go with that.
The thing is, you have a point, Nick, because again, they're doing the whole anime rules. Like, oh, this person looks like she's 12, but she's actually a 3,000-year-old goddess, just so we can get out of that fucking, bullshit. Where it's like, how does this person look like a fucking child, and we can still, get away with the sexuality? But like, to me, it blows my mind that people are just like, I can't believe the censoring isn't changing. It's like, yeah, they're not gonna sit there and sex up this fucking rabbit, like you crazy people. Yeah. The same criticism happened because I don't know if you ever watched. I love the show, The New Adventures of the Looney Tunes. Where they're like, they almost make it like a Seinfeld. They basically kind of make it like Seinfeld, but with Looney Tunes. I fucking love that show. It is fucking hilarious. And they changed Lola Bunny to a very similar model where it's like, yeah, she's dressing like a more of a normal adult, but she's fucking crazy. Like that crazy girlfriend. And it is dropped dead hilarious because it's like, oh, well, now I can't fuck her because she's a crazy ex-girlfriend. It's only because now she's not as fuckable as the one in Space Jam. And yeah, that's the fucking reason you're mad, because she's not as sexy. It's like, imagine if we put Jessica Rabbit in a fucking, office outfit. You'd be like, what the fuck? Where's all the cleavage and ass? It's like, you just want to objectify more of these characters. Fuck you.
Yeah, and the fact that people are mad about it is just fucking ridiculous. Because I was kind of like, also thinking the other side was ridiculous too. Like, hey, like just let them whatever. It's like, well, here's the thing. Like, we can freak out when they change something in Mortal Kombat, or we change, a cape on a superhero, whatever. People are mad about, them changing literally the body of Lola Bunny, and we're like, you guys are fucking idiots. It's like, I've seen y'all react when they change Spider-Man shit up, so like, calm down. It's not that crazy. But then you go down to it, and it's like, well, it's not like no one's even bringing up that the body's changed and it doesn't make sense for the character. They're just bringing up like, well, she should have been wearing less this or less that, and it's like, wow.
It's a fundamental reason why they're arguing because yes, characters change all the time, but it's like, well, what? And Lola Bunny's gone through hundreds of different, just like every other Looney Tunes character has gone through hundreds of designs. But what they're doing is they're not like, oh, we're gonna sit there and make her into a nun. It's like, no, we're gonna change her design a little bit to fit a lot more what's happening with the rest of the characters. But they're mad because she's not as sexy. That's the problem. Not that she's a bad character. I'm not saying, oh, she's ugly. They're just, she's not as sexy, and it's like that's all it is at the end of the day. And it's like, you see what they're arguing, it's like, oh, she's not as attractive, and it's like, I can't believe that's a stance people are on, because they'll sit there and be like, oh yeah, furries should die, let's gas all furries. Oh no, Lola Bunny, she's super sexy. It's like, pick a fucking lane. Like, what are you gonna fucking do?
Yeah. No, and that's the thing that's just so weird about this. But like, I don't know. I mean, Jed, if they would have, stuck with the same kind of sexual design, would you have been cool with that still? Or do you think you'd be like, no, they need to change this shit to be a little bit more respectful? Like, let's just pretend that it didn't happen this way. Would you still be okay?
I mean, I'm fine with the design either way. Like, I'm looking at another piece of art, like her, like she still has like the line of tits there, like in the other art of her.
And she has a big ass too. Like, I mean,
so, like, I don't see why that's a big problem. And like I said, like I don't have a problem with the design other than the fact like crop top representation.
Don't worry, Bugs Bunny will wear the crop top for you.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I just feel it's so weird that we had to literally tell people like, no, don't worry, like you can still fuck it, like you can still
don't
like
worry,
it.
She still has a huge badonking ass that every character is gonna smack just for you.
See, like this art here that I just sent in the chat, like.
Oh, let me see. In our personal chat.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Let me see.
Damn, I actually really like the design. That looks like a real design of another character.
Of an athlete playing basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like
fine.
realistic. Yeah, it's fine.
It's almost like, hey, women's basketball exists, and it's not just a bunch of people.
And by the way, those guys are like, oh, it's not as hot. By the way, if this turned into a real thing and was like, you want to fuck, they'd all say yes still.
Yeah, but they'll, fuck furries. It's like, bro, like...
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, stupid idiots.
It blows my mind because that's always fucking happens. Always fucking happens whenever they're like, well, we're gonna, make the, we're gonna sit there and change up the design of the female character. You better keep her tits and ass. And you want us to continue to objectify and treat women like objects? No, it's like, yes, you actually want that.
Yeah. That's just tells you where people's loyalties lie, or whatever, or what they think is important. Moralities, there you go. Moralities lie. But here's the thing, we're gonna move on, talk about some reviews and whatnot, and then we're gonna get the fuck out of here. So, firstly, you, Mr. Alan Shakazine, why don't you tell us a little bit about this season premiere, season 7 of The Flash?
Alrighty, where to start? So, this show to me it's difficult to say because like I love all the CW shows, but the Crisis on Infinite Earths, and at this point, like the only way I could talk about this series is by talking about everything. So it's like if you have no fucking idea what the Flash is, go watch the Flash. It's pretty fucking good. If you know what's going on, okay, I'm gonna go into it that detail because it's like, hey, you talk about season 7 of a show that's part of an entire multiverse of other events going on, part of a TV universe. It's like, hey, let's talk about a random fucking Marvel movie. Let's talk about Infinity War. You have to talk about the rest of the fucking movies that led into this. But with Flash, it's like this is a situation where it's like, okay, we're dealing with the events of what happened in Final Crisis. That was season 6 mostly. But what's happening right now is the events of the Crisis on Infinite Earths basically caused the death of the Speed Force. So the thing that gives Barry Allen his speed, basically him saving the universe, caused it to destroy. It's gone. So he's slowing down. He's not as fast. So this episode, much of season 6, is like we got to build one. And other characters in the show have built theirs in the past before, and they've gotten different stuff out of it. So like this is their time where they're finally able to like get the technology. They're just spending this episode trying to figure out like how are we gonna power this fucking thing. And I wish they spent more time with a powerless Flash because they kind of fix it within the episode. I'm like, this is okay, but they give us like again, spoiler alert for this episode. There's a really harsh character death that I'm like, yo, that like I know why they did it because it's gonna be future shit, but they killed a very important fan favorite character. I'm like, almost all the characters on the show are gone. There's only the Flash and maybe like 2 new people. I'm like, they just
oh my god, they killed the Flash.
They've killed Flashes before. Like people, speedsters die left and right. Yep.
Yeah. By the way, too, like with the way that guy was running too, I'm like, yeah, go ahead and kill his sorry ass. But the thing is,
he's better than the one in Justice League. Jesus fucking Christ.
But man, I mean, like all these Flashes and Crossfaces, so many characters here. Some crying, some not, some sad. It's like this seems like a very epic premiere to the point where it's like, damn, like a lot of characters going through so much shit, and I didn't know they had this many characters that were important enough to be in the trailer.
Oh yeah. They have tons of characters. Hell, they took a lot of the side characters in this and made it into their own show, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, which is probably one of the best shows on the CW. But yeah, this definitely is like, okay, we know who that hit is, we know what the people are gonna say, we know an idea what the plot is, we know essentially what the villain is, and the villain is like killing people left and right. So it's like there are stakes in this. But now we have the Flash back to normal power. So now we're basically gonna see it's like, okay, how's he gonna beat the villain? Because the villain is pretty powerful. Like she's just as fast as he is without being a speedster. But at this point, it's hard to like sit there and recommend it because I feel like this show has really lost its steam. Like ever since season 5, I'm like, how are y'all keep going? Like this needs to end. But they renewed it for another season. I'm like, this story needs to end right now. Like this character has been done for like 3 seasons, yet we're still telling stories.
Yeah, but I do like that they're even doing that though. Like for me, even if shit meanders, which if you guys watched my Walking Dead review earlier today, because I did a stream this morning, I talked about one of the things. I actually brought you up a lot, Alan. So it's one of those things where it's like, you always say like, man, I hate when the show kind of does the same shit over and over again. Like they burn something down, they go back over there.
Literally for like 6 seasons in a row, The Walking Dead was we found this place, we blew it up, let's find a new place.
Yeah, and they literally did it again this last episode.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah,
is this the final season or final episode? Or
well, these are bonus episodes. The final season happens like later on. Like so, that's what's so crazy about this. And so but like at the same time, I kind of like that in a sense because I like that they're kind of like standing firm in their stance about like this is what we're gonna do it, and we're gonna have the status quo with The Walking Dead. And at the Flash, that maybe they could
and running it to the ground.
Well, yeah, but somewhat. But if you're into it, it's like because for me, I'm looking at the Flash in season 7. Just by that number alone, I'm like, oh, they ran this shit into the ground big time. But the thing is like for people who like it, who cares if the story is way past its time to end? if they still got stories that they find interesting, that the fans find interesting, fuck it, let's keep
But
Flash.
I'm a
going.
fan, and I'm like not interested. And it's one of the situations where this character, like they had a character in the show that is actually more interesting that they barely developed, and I don't know what happened where they just didn't because they have a kid Flash, and he's a really interesting character with a different, with his Speed Force, and he has different abilities because he's a different person. But they just kind of ignored him just to continue the main character. I'm like, if you want to keep the Flash going and tell different stories, focus on another speedster. Focus on somebody else that's in the show. And it's like they built up so many of these characters, but so many of their stories are over. And it's like this show needs to end, just like Arrow. Like Arrow ended at season 8. They're like, hey, we're done. We have no more stories. We want to end off on a good note, and it was the best season the show ever had.
Yeah, and really quick, I was gonna type this, but I'll say this really quick to Blaze and Michael in the chat. So things were messed around with Corey, and he didn't tell us that there wasn't gonna be a show for Daily Double Talk, and then something happened on Wednesday, something didn't work, and then yesterday shit was all confusing. So we didn't get a chance to do Hunter x Hunter or Demon Slayer, but we'll be doing that possibly next week, Sunday, Monday, and possibly Tuesday. We'll be bringing those things up because of the fact that we have so many things that we had to catch up on now. But all that shit got moved to the side because of lack of communication. And I'm sorry if Corey's watching this, but dude, Jesus Christ, no communication whatsoever. So yeah, but what you call it? It sucks, because your whole idea with the speedster stuff or whatever too. Like I would like to know more about other people who have the same powers, some similar to the Flash. But then again, too, is like you never know if they're gonna be using that for something else too. Granted, it's like I don't know if they continually have like new villains every season, but maybe that's the thing they can kind of explore later on.
Yeah, they always have new villains, and they're honestly for the most part pretty interesting. How they're able to basically the Flash can run really fast. How do we put a threat against them? And the threats are usually pretty good. There's only really one threat that I just hated because I felt one of the villains that I always hate is I'm actually 10 steps ahead of you type villain. I always feel that they just make the main characters fucking stupid, or they make their plan so unbelievably stupidly convoluted that it actually doesn't make any sense. But because we just say they're smart, we're just like, oh, it's super smart, you wouldn't get it. It's like it's lazy writing.
Yeah, what you call it, and I kind of disagree with you as far as like when they do that for a villain, but at the same time, I could see how you could be right about shows like this, and I can see how you've been right about like action movies when they do that too, because like there's times where like there'll be, and I'm talking more like 90s movies or whatever, where it's like a villain's like, hey, I even use the James Bond reference, like that one dude with something Bronson, whatever the fuck his name is, but like the guy's just like, I could kill you right now, but I don't want to, but I'm going to do this. It's like, okay, like in the 10 seconds it took to say that, you could have fucked him up. Like, what are you doing?
Just shoot him.
Yeah, it's so annoying. So yeah, it's fucking crazy. But anyways, yeah, overall though, dude, what would you rate this particular show, and is there anything else that you would like to kind of add in there?
This is definitely 3 out of 5. It's above average. It was good. It had a heartfelt, emotional ending. They got Flash to back to full power, and I'm curious what the consequences are because they've essentially built a Speed Force. However, unlike the regular Speed Force, which is essentially a ethereal construct of the universe, this is a physical room, which consistently gets invaded. So there's gonna be times where it's like, hey, oh shit, Flash is doing his thing on the other side of the city. But a villain realizes that there's a machine in this building that creates a Speed Force. You fuck that up, he's done. So it's like, I can imagine it's going to be a point of tension where it's like, shit, this thing better not fucking break or we're screwed.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm surprised. 3 out of 5. Like that's actually a pretty cool rating to see. Them start off with a premiere like that. Hopefully, it's not like Batwoman where that shit kind of starts dipping a little bit.
Oh boy, you can't get worse than Batwoman.
I will say everything you're saying about that show. Seems like a lot of convoluted bullshit.
It is.
But the Flash is like that too. Like the Flash is just so fucking crazy.
Dude, they introduced the multiverse in episode 8 of season 1. Like the multiverse.
God damn it.
Oh, I love that. I still love the Flash because that first season is fantastic. They do shit in a superhero TV show that they'll never do in the movies ever.
Yeah, man. Well, I will say though, even though it has that super, what the fuck was I say? I was say Superman. That superhero, terrible fucking graphics look that they have for CW, it looks good in comparison to all the others. I think it looks better than Supergirl.
Yeah, it's a definitely higher budget, and because they always have at least I guess it's a quarter one per episode. They have a Flash running across the city, and yeah, it looks like a PS2 game, but it's like, hey, you're having this character jump off buildings and shit, chasing people. It's like, Like that's where it's one of those things where it's like I don't sit there and ever look at a movie going, man, that budget sucked to point out. It's like I watch the CW. They have shit budget all the time. If you could do something cool on a low budget, I'll give you points for that.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, well, that's his review for The Flash. I didn't see it yet. I probably never will because it's at season 7 now, so I'll probably never have a chance to go over there and watch that shit. But I did get a chance to watch something kind of new there. Oh, and really quick, I hear some noise over there. Thank you, Spawn. Blaze, I love that name, by the way. Blaze is my favorite end boss fight in Mortal Kombat, and Spawn is... Well, Alan, why don't you say what Spawn is, sir, since you should...
A loser.
No, you're fucking wrong. Spawn is amazing, and he is the
cool,
best...
Cool, call me when a movie comes out.
You're an ass. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need a movie.
Yes, it does.
The character's so good, it doesn't need it.
The character, yeah, that no one's ever said that ever.
Literally, that happens with the Crow and happens with the Punisher and lots of other people. And then they got shows and movies later, and then people were like,
Punishers literally had shows. Todd McFarlane or said whatever McFarlane's working on is trying to make a movie for 20 years. Fuck him.
You don't even know. So wait, so did you feel this way about Iron Man and everybody before they got their movies? You big
Iron Man was a fucking loser prior to the MCU.
Oh, you're
nobody liked Iron Man.
Dummy. God,
Iron Man was nobody liked Iron Man.
So
prior
you're not
to
even
the
a comic
MCU.
book fan. You're literally not even a comic book fan.
You're not a comic book fan. And plus, I've never been a Marvel comic fan. I like Marvel comics, but I've never said to be a fan. I'm more of a DC fan, and I've said this from day one.
Well, goddamn.
Literally, Iron Man was like one of those comics where it's like, hey, he's there, but people were like, no, we care more about like Captain America or like the X-Men or like other people. You're wrong. You don't know anything about comics.
I read some comics back in the day. I had the Crow comics. I had the Crow comics.
Wrestling comics don't count.
What? The Crow is an amazing comic book, you son of a bitch. And don't even get me started. I was into The Walking Dead, sir.
Oh,
yes.
Nobody
what? That doesn't count because no one flies in the fucking clouds. You fruit.
I mean, it's a little different, completely different. Fucking. What was it? Publishing? Yeah, publishing.
Hey, Alan, you can't take me seriously unless I go dun 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 dun. I'm gonna go and stop a plane from crashing again.
I'll agree with you. Let me just bleed randomly. Let's just bleeding. You know what, Al? You have a point. All that gushing blood from your throat suddenly opened my eyes.
Wait, is that the 20th plane that almost crashed into Metropolis? They
really gotta
work on those.
Wow, that person died. I guess this movie's great.
Oh, there goes Louis Lane falling from a building again.
Fuck that guy up for the 18th time.
Hey, Louis, you should really stop falling off buildings. Hey, Louis, can you please stop falling off buildings? There we go.
Hey, I can't wait for the 18th Chucky reboot.
Hey, don't worry, Lois. I know you're falling off another building, but just make sure to take the elevator next time, okay? Because sometimes I'm busy.
Hey, I know this movie's completely garbage, but hey, that guy's head blew up, so 8 out of 10.
That's never happened.
Literally, Ma and Chucky in the same year. Those movies were both terrible.
You're so fucking wrong. You're so dumb. You're so dumb.
You're terrible. Those movies suck.
Look at your stupid face.
Look at your stupid fucking face. Oh, wait, we can't because you're hiding it like a coward.
There we go, E-Mike. Yeah, my boy. I love you.
Fuck you, E-Mike. I don't know what the fuck you said, but fuck you.
By the way, Alan, you are 100% full of shit. I am a Spawn fan through and through, and I think it's an amazing
comic. Yeah, well, you can join the other 10. And Ted McFarlane makes a fucking movie at some point.
But here's the thing. As Alan admitted already earlier, once he gets his movie and he's popular, then he'll start saying good shit about Spawn. He just needs to be popular first.
No! Iron Man, the comics is terrible.
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm just here.
Hey,
hi, Jet.
By the way, as you guys can tell, Jet's the most normal of the entire
show. Jet's not full of shit.
Jet, tell this man. Tell
this man you're full of shit?
Tell this man.
I literally just said Jet's not full of shit, and you really thought it was, Jet, tell him. Tell him what?
I phased out. I don't even know what the fuck you guys are talking about anymore.
I cannot believe this.
She's just trying to be nice.
She's just trying to be nice. This is
no, I really told, like, when you guys start this, I basically, like, what's that word that starts with the D where you basically, like, leave your body? No. It's this something.
Oh my god, it's killing.
I like to
body. Yeah, who cares?
It's an out-of-body experience. Disjunction. Is that the word?
Did you look it up?
No, that's what Blaze just said.
No.
Hey, what? I guess Alan can't read, guys. Oh, I guess he just can't read.
I'm in the chat!
Oh!
Sorry, I can't ethereally... Sorry, the chat doesn't program to my brain, and I can't just read the chat through there. I started this on the show. Don't read the chat because I'm avoiding the internet.
You know what's funny? This is how much he loves fucking superhero movies. He can't read the chat because he want to get spoiled on WandaVision.
Yeah, look, go fuck yourself, Nick.
You fucking nerd.
You're such a fucking asshole. I'm mad too, because the only reason I'm doing it is because my buddies want to watch it tomorrow. And I'm like, God damn it!
That's like me going like, guys, one time I have is Freddy Krueger. Does he live at the end?
I swear. Yeah, I can't even pull the same shit on you because you don't fucking care about spoilers in anything.
I think it's dissociate.
Dissociate, yeah, you got it. You really do. You just like, yeah, fuck it. These guys are gonna argue for another 30 seconds. I got time to figure this word out.
Exactly.
That's so funny.
I think that one.
Sorry that I give a shit about something.
I cared a lot too. It's just my
Oh, you
shit's
don't.
good
You're
when
an
spoilers
asshole.
are not.
Anyway, don't we have anything else to talk about?
Yeah, we do. We're gonna talk. Oh, okay. So this is a bad time for me to laugh because we're gonna talk about more
What?
comic book shit.
Wow! Really?
Uh-huh.
Shocker!
Hey, Alan. Here's you, bro. Superman has you. He's gonna take you to the bedroom and take care of you, sir. It's all good.
I want to be tucked in by Superman. Read me a bedtime story.
Wow, dude. That's and your Superman underoos.
Yes, you goddamn right. You tell me you do the same thing with Stone Cold, so don't fucking come at me, bro.
Why you gotta get real, man?
Fuck you, because you a bitch.
Hey, kid, don't worry. I'm gonna take you to bed, okay, Nico?
Baby.
That's fucking great.
Fuck
You fucking dumbass. Alan actually won that one. That was pretty good. Anyways, guys, so as you guys saw, obviously, Superman and Lois is going to be the next review over here. So we talked about this last week. We ended the episode off with a pretty cool fight scene, albeit short. But, yeah, we had some revelations as far as learning about the sons of Superman, their romantic interests, and things alongside that nature. While this episode is literally the most continuation of any first episode I've ever fucking seen, to a point where I think if this was edited differently, this could have easily been the first episode still. Like, imagine if this was, like, just combined.
This is the funniest thing I've ever heard. Man, this second episode really requires you to watch the first one.
Well, because, like, I feel like honestly, because I'm going to be honest, I was watching this on F Movies, which is a piracy site. But the thing is, though, when I was watching on there, I literally felt like, wait, did I hit the wrong button? Because I'd done that before on accident where I watched the same episode more than once because I forgot what happened last time. And I'm like, dude, this looks like identical. Like, yeah, it's like a credit scene. Like, it was weird. It was like, holy shit. We're just kind of meandering at the same point. No one feels like they went through anything. It's just, and by the way, that's kind of part of the story. By the way, I'm not using that to talk shit about the show or anything. It's just like Superman has to hide whatever he's going through, which doesn't help with emotive stuff, And that's his character. So I'm not blaming the actor or anything. But come on, guys, you have to admit that kind of gets in the way of like. When someone's emoting and trying to make you think that he's going through shit, when he's like, I am, I'm stoic and nothing bothers me. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, he has to kind of keep that face up, especially with a lot of the shit that's going. Because, like, he doesn't sit there and say that I'm going to go cry in the corner, like, in the shower. But he is. Like, you can see it on his face where it's like he is distraught throughout most of this episode. Because it's like he finally gets a chance. Like, I really enjoyed this episode. To me, like, nothing's going to beat, like, the fucking punches in the first one. But to me, I was worried. I'm like, oh, the second episode, I bet it's going to suck. But no, like, they managed to keep a lot of the emotion going on. They're focusing clearly. The show's called Superman and Lois Legacy, so they are focusing on the kids, but they're also focusing on Lois as well. And they're doing a lot of stuff with that character that I'm really enjoying. But Clark's character, it's like, yeah, he has to be that kind of person. Like, hey, he is the most important person in the world. He has to make sure like people aren't dying all over the place. So it's like he can't ever break down. He doesn't have that. That's why Lois is there to kind of help him through that. But she's dealing with her own shit right now. She's fucking her job's on the line, her kids are freaking out because it's like one of them might have powers, both of them might have powers. One of them's like the one that has everything is like losing all of his shit right now, and it's like the whole family essentially is falling apart right now. And she is trying her best as essentially probably the only person there without powers trying to keep everything going. And it's like, yeah, I really appreciate this because this is difficult for Superman. This isn't a situation where it's like, oh man, this villain's really hard to fight. I guess I should fight harder. It's like, no, he's like, yeah, I could beat this dude up with like one hand. But then I go home and I can't fucking do anything because it's like he's trying his best to be there for his kids. But like it's like the whole damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because the more he focuses on one kid, the more he almost abandons the other. But he doesn't want to do that. He wants to be there for both, but he can't do everything.
Yeah, because while the first episode let us know about the foundations of the characters, this episode shows that the Kent family, because after the fact that they had to move to fucking Smallville. Where Jonathan has to suffer, and that's the character you're talking about, where he loses everything. Because essentially, and by the way, too, I almost felt like he deserved it because Jonathan, I didn't like how he was kind of an egotistical, like he thought that girl was gonna fuck him. He's kind of an asshole a little bit. I thought he was gonna be.
He is, but yeah.
Well, like, did you feel like he was gonna be the bully of the series? Like, do you think that like the whole show is gonna be him just being a dick forever?
No, because the thing is, I don't really think he's a dick. I think he's overconfident, sure, but like he never. It never like one of the things because I thought it was gonna be a situation was like, oh, look at the perfect boy and look at the loser because he's not as cool. He's gonna be treated like shit the whole series. But they're really throwing that on their head where it's like, yeah, the character you think is gonna be this loser that's stuck in his room listening to shitty rock music all day. It's like, no, he's trying to grow. He's trying to be a better person. He's trying to understand his heritage. And then like the jock guy's like, oh, he's gonna be an asshole to his brother. But no, he actually gives a shit about his brother a lot. Like he's like, yeah, you know, yeah, I have to be the jock. I have to be kind of the bullhead. But he cares about him. Like he's mad at him, sure. Like you would be if you sibling rivalry all the time. But throughout this episode, it's like, yeah, look, I'm mad at you, sure, but you're still my brother, you know. And I love that because it's like they care about each other, and you get that sibling bonding where it's like I really enjoy both their characters when they're bonding because it's like, yeah, it's nice to see brothers on screen. That's like it kind of feels real. It's not like, oh, what, like they always do that with twins where one has to be an asshole that might be a villain and one has to be the good perfect one. It's like, no, they both have their problems, but they're both trying.
Yeah, and that's the thing too is like with Jonathan going through everything he's going through because basically when he moves out and goes into Smallville with the rest of his family, he used to be the big jock of the whole fucking thing, and now he's dealing with like these football teammates that are fucking with him, that are treating him like shit, whatever the fuck, because he's not from there. And then we also get to see Jordan, his brother, little brother over here, the guy with the long hair. You know, he's over there flying the clouds with his dad, trying to learn new shit because he knows he has powers now, whatever. But also getting some bad news because you know, as far as his powers go, he has to. Pretty much, you know, he's regressed into a fucking crybaby, in my opinion, because of the fact that, like, apparently, you know, this, I guess, and I'm, correct me if I'm wrong, Alan, but, like, you know, Superman apparently has access to this AI version of, like, his father's soul.
Yep.
Fuck. And
okay, so, yeah, sorry, is there more?
I mean, am I right even in that sense? Because I feel like I'm
not. Basically, for people that watched, you know, the only Superman thing you ever watched is Man of Steel. Essentially, the ship that Superman came in, there's an AI version of his father. Basically, his father like downloaded, you know, like kind of copied the consciousness and made an AI. So it's like you know, it's like Siri on your phone, but like it has all the memories of his father. But Clark's like, yeah, you're not my dad, but you have all his memories, and it's almost like it's the closest thing he has to a relative, which is this robot. So it's like he's kind of able to help him out. That's why I was like, well, how are they going to do this? Like, oh, they're talking, having conversations because it's an artificial intelligence. So it's like it's a living, you know, robot, but it has all the memories of his father, Jor-El. So he's able to kind of help him out and train him because that's what happened. Like, you know, his father, Jonathan, you know, trained him a little bit to control his basic powers to basically make him, you know, so he can hide amongst humans. That's why he's not constantly like ripping doors off and shit. But then his, you know, Kryptonian father's like, well, I'm going to train you to be able to fly and do all this crazy shit because you can also do this stuff.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing, yeah. So, like, you know, essentially, like what Alan said, you know, Jordan finds out, like, yeah, I'm not as great as I thought I was, and I was all excited. Now I'm not, and he kind of regresses into being like this fucking crybaby where he's like in his, you know, house, like, oh, I wish you could do more. Everything fucking sucks. Blah, blah. And I'm like, that gets annoying. You know what I mean? Like,
he's 14 with the anxiety disorder, and he gets told, hey, you're gonna be Superman. Well, no, you're not. It's like, I mean, shit. I felt bad for him too.
Now, really quick, dude, I have a question for you. Do you think that Jordan is going to eventually find his own powers too, and somehow be comparable, competitive with Jordan? Because obviously Jordan's gonna, you know, hone his shit, and he'll be able to do everything, almost like Deku from My Hero Academia. But I feel like Jonathan might find his before Jordan does. But I don't know.
I think it'll be afterwards and accidental. Because what I'm thinking right now is because of the fact that they're half human, half Kryptonian, it's gonna be a situation where it's like Superman, you know, he's pure Kryptonian, so he has basically, one of the reason that Superman has all these powers is because his cells can absorb light very similar to his solar energy. So when he's out in the sun, he gets powered by the sun, and he's able to harness and hold all that energy that gives him his powers to fly, his ability to, you know, his laser eyes, all of his powers, his healing, all that shit. All of it gets powered by the sun. So if he's ever like underwater, or if he's ever in space, he has more, but like. There's also red sun, where if he's in a room with red sun, he'll slowly start to lose his power, like a battery draining. And what they're basically showing is like, yeah, Jordan, you know, the kid with the curly hair, it's like he's not able to hold it long enough. So most likely that you know, ocular discharge of the laser eyes was like his whole life. So he's like, he has to have to get better at that. But my guess is they're both able to do it. But it's not gonna be a situation where they are both Superman. They're gonna be like, well, this kid's gonna be like super strong and laser eyes, but like Jordan might be able to fly, you know, like they're gonna have like random powers basically.
Yeah, you might say, and by the way, speaking of Superman, Diaz, do you think the Black Superman, do you think that the Black Superman debate? So I don't know what that means, but I will say that fucking, no, I hope that the Black Superman thing gets made. We'll see what happens with that, but like, it needs to be not just Black Superman. It needs to be like a better Superman too. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I don't know. That could be a thing. That's already a big change right there. But one thing I want to touch on too about the Superman Lois story, because we kind of talked about Superman himself, obviously, and then the kids. But the biggest thing that I was actually surprised by that happened in this episode is that Lois Lane finally gained her own fucking side story.
Yeah.
And granted, that was probably a thing in the first episode, but there was a lot for me to take in and a lot of stuff that was kind of rushed, in my opinion. So in this episode, they touched on the fact that her working at the Daily Planet has garnered her a superfan, but also her trying to fight for this ability of Smallville because some asshole capitalist is trying to fucking cannibalize it. I think that's cool because the main guy, Morgan Edge, actually seems like he could be like a huge fucking main supervillain. Not a supervillain, but just a main villain. And like, let's just pretend that this was like a show that was like some down-to-earth political drama that's on Showtime. I think Morgan Edge would have been great for something like that. And yet they found a way to fit him and Lois Lane into this, which is super fucking cool. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's weird because like there's essentially two storylines. There's the family life, but then there's the thing we just introduced. I'm not a huge fan. Like, look, was that end credit scene? Oh no, was that ending of the episode cool? Yes, but look, I'm gonna say this straight up, man. I hate evil Superman. Not because I think the idea of evil Superman isn't interesting, but because it's overdone. It's like people are like, well, we ran out of Superman stories to tell, so what if he was evil? And it's like, that is so overplayed. It is literally, there are, like, right now, more people remember evil Superman stories than they remember actually, like, actual real Superman stories.
And wait, actually, okay, so maybe I'm missing something, because I don't know if I said something really fast, and maybe you thought I said something else, but, is Morgan Edge having to do with evil Superman?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm surprised.
No. I'm agreeing with you. Actually, I like that down to earth story, and I want them to stick with that. My issue is the other plot, the plot with the Luthor and the Doom suit.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a huge fan of that because I hate evil Superman because I think evil Superman is lazy. We have this character with all these abilities, like all these incredible things, so let's make him evil because that's cool, right? It's like. Literally right now, off the top of my head, I can name 3 evil Superman stuff that came with the last 10 years. Injustice 2, now this, and what was it? What's it called? Batman v Superman. Like, evil Superman is so lazy because it's like, oh, this character has all the power. What if he was just evil? It's like, how about tell a story of what happens with this ultimate good is put up against threats that have to test that? That's a more interesting story to tell, but no, whoa, we can't do any Golden Age stories because fuck that shit. It's like evil Superman to me is lazy. Like I don't hate this episode. The episode's fucking fantastic, but it's the evil Superman stories that I feel that they don't garner any creativity. Like, I mean, Bright is technically an evil Superman story. It's like, what if Superman was a fucking 10-year-old kid and evil? It's like, fuck, it's so ridiculous.
He means Brightburn, but yeah, like no, I completely agree. Yeah. And like another thing too, it's like because before you get into that, I mean, I like that part too. Like, I mean, I know that we disagree because I actually like the evil Superman thing. I think that's always because like here's the thing, I think evil Superman sucks too, but I'm trying to find something I like about any of this, and it's like. I fucking hate Superman, so if he's evil, it's like, well, I'm supposed to hate him, so great. Now you found some common ground. But the thing is, though, it's like, what I thought looked kind of great was the whole Doom guy, which I by the way, I didn't know this, so my bad, I didn't pay attention to the first episode, I guess. But they apparently revealed in the first episode that it's Captain Luthor.
Yeah.
The Doom guy. So, and I when I was writing my notes, I was writing Halo Spartan Assault guy.
Again, dude, it's crazy how similar to Doom guy he looks.
Yeah, he looks identical. It's like, what the? Did you guys own the same suits? Like, I mean, licensing wise.
I was gonna say, somebody at Bethesda going, yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's why I literally want to see the Doom team watch this show and be like, hey, wait a minute. But
we can make another Doom movie. And someone goes, no.
No, but when the Doom guy, I'm gonna keep calling him Doom guy. I don't give a fuck. When Doom guy goes to Nova and fucks up a bunch of people, I like how it was still trying to do like it's still PG TV, right? Like whatever the fuck. So they're able to do this stuff, and they're like literally allowed to fucking like not kill people, but yes, still be threatening and do bombs. Everyone's holding guns, but like there's no blood, there's no anything. I'm like, they do that really well while at the same time still making them threatening and still making that part actually look good. Like they spend money on this fucking show, dude, and I love that they do that.
Oh, by the way, this is CW. They don't sit there, not The Walking Dead when it comes to their violence, but like if they need to show blood, they'll show blood. Like people will get hit, like, people will get shot, people will get fucked up in random ways. So it's like, Arrow was probably the darkest, like most, not necessarily bloody, because I don't want to sit there with, oh, people were getting hit with arrows and blood gushing, but like there was blood on the shows.
Yeah, but I do think that them making it like very accessible to children or young people. I don't know if anyone get insulted by
Sure.
that. Like you can't even fucking say that anymore.
Yeah, you could probably watch this like in your house with your kids. Like some of the darker parts, especially probably as the show goes on, might not be, but you can easily probably watch this like 15-year-olds.
But okay, so you already touched on it, and I even wrote in my notes here because I'm going through a bullet list over here in my Google Docs, and like one of the things I literally wrote down because I could have done my own like research on this, but I'd rather it come from you because you know about the shit. Can you explain the Superman heal thing? Because why did that happen? And
Okay.
is that like I don't know.
So the thing about evil Superman is basically there's many variations of what technically causes it. The most common one is the death of Lois Lane and subsequently his family, which is why I brought up Injustice earlier, because Injustice's storyline is that the Joker blows up, like he detonates a bomb in Metropolis and kills Lois Lane and his unborn children. So Superman goes crazy and kills the Joker, like eviscerates him, punches him in the stomach, and just goes down and murders him. There's no surgery. He ain't come back from that one. And he realizes, oh, hey, I killed this guy and I solved all this crime. I did what Batman couldn't do. You know what? I'm just gonna take over the world. And again, another Superman, evil Superman is Kingdom Come. That's what Superman says. Fuck it, I'm gonna take over the world. That's one of the more common ones. They even had in Crisis on Infinite Earths where Lois Lane dies and becomes a darker Superman. So that's most likely what they're going to go for. And I do like the whole future timeline is dark, so Guy comes to the past and does that. Because they did that in Young Justice Season 2, where, hey, one of the characters is from the future, and he has to come back, not necessarily to kill a character, but to try to stop a invasion from happening. So I do like the whole, hey, somebody from the future is trying to stop it. And it's interesting. It's very interesting. But I hate that it has to be evil Superman, because I like that you're telling a Superman story that feels honest to the character, where it's like, hey, this character has all this incredible power, but he it's so hard for him to be human. He can fight people, he can move planets, he can do everything, but being human is difficult for him. And I like that story. That's why I'm like, yeah, stick with the Lois Lane deal with Morgan Edge. Stick with Superman having trouble raising his kids and trying to juggle that. Doom guy from the future, I'm like, yo, man, come on, really? We don't need that in this show.
Yeah, because he even keeps saying like you killed my people, and I'm like, wait, so didn't he, or was this like a time crisis thing? Where like I don't know.
It's a little time crisis. It's right now. It's most likely it's either an alternate Earth or it's a alternate future.
Yes, that's so fucking stupid. I don't like that, and it's gonna make something confusing that doesn't need to be, because this show I've been able to follow without getting bored or distracted. Where I'm like, what about the what? It's like no, easy story. His sons can't fucking handle all the stress they're going through. They find out he's Superman. The fucking Lois is going through a bunch of shit. Perfect. It's fine the way it is. They're fucking with. They just found something good here. So
I think they're worried about the people like, well, we want action. It's like, yeah, I guess action's good. It's not bad. I did like the scene where like dudes are in the trenches and getting fucking like executed by Superman. That was cool. But like, evil Superman is lazy writing to me. It's like darker Batman. It's like, oh, imagine if Batman was like kill. It's like, oh, fucking K, he's the Punisher now. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah. For me, I still had to give the show a pretty good rating. It's a 3.5, almost 4 out of 5. I mean, I'm gonna be nice and just it's 4 out of 5. I had fun the entire time. I'm interested. I like Jordan. I like Jonathan. I actually like Jonathan quite a bit because I find his character to be unpredictable. And Lois Lane, I'm gonna be honest. And okay, I'm gonna say some shit that people are gonna be like,
oh no.
Look, women in superhero shit, they suck. I'm sorry. They're written
You're
to always be
objectively wrong.
Give me fucking like 2 examples.
I could give you 10. It's called Legends of Tomorrow.
Okay, well, something big. I'm not trying to talk shit or say or belittle or anything, but like, I want to see if you can name one that I've seen. So
okay, Guardians of the Galaxy with Gamora.
I completely disagree. One more.
Neptune. No, was it named Neptune? They're a sister as well. It's just fantastic.
But name another like a movie or something.
A specific movie? You're gonna hate this, but Wonder Woman, the first one.
Holy shit. Okay, yeah. So we're just gonna disagree. I don't want to be rude.
Yeah, because you're objectively wrong. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Like I know that's like the cool thing to say now and everything, but no, fuck that. Wonder Woman was fucking terrible until it was
Sharon Carter from Winter Soldier was fantastic in that movie.
Oh, yeah,
Peggy Carter from the first Captain America was fantastic. Black Widow was great in Winter Soldier as well.
Oh boy,
Dude, those are the same movie. I can keep fucking going. I don't have to stop anytime soon. Lois Lane and Man of Steel is pretty fucking good.
I mean, I'm letting you continue on because I do. I mean, see, so like that, Alan's a good guy and he thinks these things, and these are nice, happy, wonderful things for him to feel. For me, and superhero, I'm saying superhero movies, not anything else. Superhero movies. I think most women, except for Black Panther. By the way, Black Panther, I didn't like Black Panther in it. I like the women in it.
Every female character in Black Panther.
Yeah, every character was amazing except for Black Panther. Like I didn't give a shit about this character. I liked Killmonger more than fucking Black Panther.
Rachel in the Dark Knight.
What? No, she fucking like.
Yeah, she was fantastic in the Dark Knight.
Oh no, I'm falling! Help me again!
And then that happens once in that movie. What are you talking about?
It happens in all the fucking Batman things. There's always some girl that Batman's trying to fuck. He's like, "Oh God, she's after her other thing. I'm gonna find you." Like, dude, stop with.
What about a repetitive plot element is different compared to the actual character which I'm talking about.
Guys, if you ever want to
continue with your wormhole of wrongness.
If you guys are writing a comic book story, just make sure your villain drops a woman. Apparently, it's like dropping the mic. Fucking
just make sure they fucking make sure there's blood, and Nick will fucking give it a 10 out of 10.
No, that's never been the case. But the thing is just like, I mean, you're saying this, but like it's literally a meme from the 70s. Like everyone knows that this happens with these comic book characters and women.
Yes, but just because a trope is a repetitive, or just because a trope has a cycle that goes through, doesn't mean the characters themselves are not strong, because again, that character is really interesting in what goes on throughout most of that movie.
So this is getting a little bit long as far as this particular discussion, the side that we have here. Not to mention, I mean, I do want to continue on because I think it's a good conversation to have, but I just want to say that, like, for me personally, as much as Alan disagrees with it, I don't think that's the case. I think Terminator and all these other things are really cool with how they do women, and women have been great in movies, and I love when women do their own fucking movie, no stupid fucking men in capes, and the women can do a great job doing their own shit. I think they don't even need us, to be honest. But here, Lois Lane is in a movie with a superhero with a cape, and yes, she's still important, and she's not falling off shit, and she doesn't need no fucking man's help, and she fucking like doesn't even need the Daily Planet, and she goes and does her own fucking thing, and then another woman helps her, and then two women are together doing their fucking thing to take down this fucking asshole. I'm like, that's how you write women. This is the first fucking superhero thing that's done the women right, and granted, like, WandaVision's probably another one, but at the same time, she's in love with this fucking robot dude who's just like, I need him to be here, or else I can't. It's like, can you please just fucking be a independent, cool, badass woman?
Yeah, don't grieve for your lost loved one.
Well, I would get mad if a dude did that a lot too, but you know what? There's a lot more diversity in dude fucking storylines than there is in women storylines. Why does it always have to somehow?
That's the only thing you said in the last 5 minutes. I'll agree with you on.
No, but it's not like Vanessa and Deadpool. It's like, once again, like in the beginning, she's just fucking him, and then the whole thing's like,
I hope she was not, yeah.
And it's like, and I hope she likes me when I turn my mask off and I'm ugly. It's like, that's what this matters with all the gunfire and all the crazy shit here. It's just like, I hope she fucks me, because that's what women are. They're just pussies. Like, really, Deadpool? In 2016, that's your story for the female character? Jesus Christ.
Well, at least she was in this fucking movie. And second one, we killed her off in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, I like I said, I hate the way they do women in superhero things. That's why I wish they would just let the men have their stupid shit. Go ahead, go do your fucking running around your fucking pajamas, stopping crime, you fucking morons, and let the women do some real movies, some real shit. And they have done it already, but they need to do it more. At the same time, though, just to kind of go back on a little bit what I said, to be a little bit nice, Superman and Lois is doing it fine. Lois is not just some housewife. She's not just a mom. She's doing her own shit, and they need to keep going that. Have Superman get stuck somewhere in Antarctica fighting robot alien poo-poo caca peepees, and have her do some adult shit and turn this into a little bit of political drama. I would love that. Lois Lane has a really good story. This is the first fucking time she's done anything ever fucking important. Please keep going that direction, because if she ends up being trapped because Morgan Edge locks her in a room and I need him, I need Clark to help me, I'm gonna fucking hate this show if that happens. I'm gonna get fucking pissed, because I hate that shit. And by the way, it's gonna make my point fully that these guys who write these superhero fucking shows don't give a fuck about women. They really don't.
She will at some point need to be saved, because her plot's most likely going to intertwine to the future plot, I guess. That's just me watching a lot of CW shows. But at the end of it, it's like, yeah, people need to be saved. Loved ones are going to be saved a lot.
And that's fine, but it's just Lois Lane's been saved for fucking 50 fucking years. Like she can not be saved in this one, guys. I mean, please.
No, I don't know. Like again, at some point the loved one's going to be threatened. Like that happens in other shows. Not every episode, but like it happens enough. Like Flash, Arrow, stuff like that. Someone at some point needs to be saved.
Like even Rachel, I'm so surprised. Like, by the way, just
Rachel.
Oh, well, let's give it Rains, and then I'm going to ask you about the Rachel thing. But like Rain for me, 4 out of 5. What would you give it?
Same. I think the first episode was a 4.5, just because it had so many. It was so surprising how good it was going to be, from visuals to just emotion. And this one, it was so good. It's just, and not necessarily the evil Superman took a point off. It's just like it's good. It's consistent, and I'm okay with that. It just didn't have like, and it's not like criticism took it down. It just didn't rise as high. It was like that one rose super high, and then this episode again, it started from 0, rose, and just it landed at a 4 out of 5, which is fucking amazing. I loved it. But I have to say, I don't like evil Superman, and I like the story element. I'm always a huge fan of someone from the future comes to the past to try to stop some bullshit. I like that shit. It's Terminator. I mean, it's just Terminator.
Yeah.
So it's probably why I sat through most of those fucking movies. Garbage ass trilogy, fucking ass shit.
Jesus.
Swear to God, 30 years not a good one. Then Dark Fate comes out and everyone hates it. Anyway, I want to see what they're gonna do with that. I'm more interested in the like family story than I am in like, hey, we gotta stop evil Superman for the 100th millionth fucking time by just teaching him to be good or make sure Lois doesn't get shot in the face. Well, we'll see how it continues. I'm not sure how many episodes they had. They already renewed it for a second season, and I guess it hit with a lot of people. So, and it's CW, it'll get like 5 fucking seasons. So,
okay, yeah. But I'm glad we pretty much agree on that, man. That's actually really cool. Even though I'm probably my negatives are probably more louder than your or your negatives, but I mean, yeah, we definitely agree. Here's the thing, though. Can you please tell me why you feel Rachel is good in Dark Knight, just really quick?
interesting, because she's played off originally as a dynamic between like a love triangle. Like that's how they started off. It's like, oh, he's still into her because childhood friends, and he wants her totally badly, just to fuck her. But then you realize over the course of the story, she's less of a character to just get laid or just to be in love with, and more of a connection to what it is for him to be human. And it's treated that where it's like he is less about as much as he wants to be with her, he isn't necessarily going out of his way to stop the romance she's having. Once she basically she's focusing on Dent, and she's like, wait, what? Like he goes halfway through, like, what are you talking about? Why her? Like, why are you going with him? He eventually starts to realize, like, oh well, maybe like as much as I love her, it's like he almost subconsciously knows before like that letter that Alfred gets, he subconsciously knows he can't be with her. And that loss was the final time he's allowed to be human. That's why afterwards, like, he's no longer Bruce Wayne. So she is treated as his connection to humanity versus just a object for him to save.
I mean, you can say that, and you're right as far as like what they're trying to do. But I think when it really comes down to like, I laughed when I first saw this because this part's emotional, and this movie I was really into. I love this movie. But when she's over there and she's on the chair and she's like, I just help him in, and I just want to say I love you. And then
she's tied to a chair with a bunch of explosives.
That was fucking hilarious.
She's fucking cutting a mixtape.
I'm sorry, that was fucking hilarious.
You're up your own ass. I swear to God, that scene was fucking awesome. Because it's like, yeah.
On top of Batman, like there's a part where, jeez,
I don't want to hear you right now. You like dug a wrong hole and then somehow said, "Fuck, I'm gonna go even deeper." Where God himself's like, "Yo, you just gotta ease up." No, I got the shovel.
Look how mad he is.
Fuck you, I'm not even looking at you. Yeah, he's fucking mad. Mad, you're a shitty fucking opinion.
No,
swear to God. This man fucking loves...
He just got him beating the fuck out of the Joker in the interrogation room. He goes,
where are they?
And Joker just goes like, I'm gonna blow that bitch up. Oh shit.
Yeah, because he's like, what the fuck? The Joker's like, I don't give a shit about people. I fucking love that movie. You're an asshole. That's why I'll never watch The Dark Knight with you in the same room. I'll kill you
and then
before that movie ends.
Over here just like, hey, what the fuck? Save her! Hey! And
yeah, and what does the Joker does? Because the Joker knows that he actually cares about her, so he fucks with him and sends it to the wrong location because he knows he's gonna go after her. So that's why he says Avenue X and 252nd Street, where he switches the addresses because he knows where the people are. So he fucks with them because he knows he might not know Bruce Wayne is Batman, but he knows Batman wants the fuck out of Rachel. So he fucks with them because the Joker does that.
But see, isn't that why, like, that's why Joker's the only reason why this movie's good sometimes.
No, he's not the only reason why the movie's good. There's a lot about that movie that is fucking amazing. The Joker is an element of it, so don't get me started about how much I love that movie.
I'm glad that we agree. But see what we do.
We'll be here
agree,
for 30 fucking minutes. I'm ready.
It's just like look at her like, huh? You smell that? Smells like gas.
Yeah,
think I'm
it
gonna
smells
blow
like
up.
old. Blow the fuck up.
And Batman's like, oh fuck, I didn't know it was you. God damn it! Look at it.
Yeah, but he
Oh
still
no.
saves him. Literally, like he still saves him and goes fuck, and then he feels like shit because again, not only did he fucking get Harvey Dent blown half to hell, Rachel also fucking died too. So he lost everything and fucked over someone else's life.
And look at the way Rachel's like, oh.
Why am I still arguing this? This motherfucker likes Freddy 6.
Yeah, it's great. It was a
It's a terrible movie.
And
You're
knows
a
what it
terrible person with terrible opinions.
is. Jed, did you not think that part was funny in The Dark Knight
Why are we still doing this?
when Rachel blew up?
I'm too busy looking at the fact you can buy a pound of cereal marshmallows on Amazon.
Ah, really?
I almost wanted to say why, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with that one.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, though. To be honest.
Sure, just stuff your face with marshmallows like you're depressed.
Yeah.
Oops, all marshmallows.
But anyways, guys. Well, with that said, we're gonna get the fuck out of here. I've had a great time. Sorry about Rachel dying, dude. Rest in peace.
Fuck you.
It's been 13 years, and she's not real. But we got.
Yeah, I'm sorry that the Terminator franchise died.
Thank you, Gene.
Rest in peace.
He goes, and true, the Dark Knight part was funny a bit. Yeah.
I hate you, Gene, as a person now.
Yeah, that's a little funny, dude. And then like,
Fuck you.
the way Batman runs, like, dude, I wish there was like a surveillance camera, of, like Batman running out of the interrogation room, like, oh shit, oh fuck. It just goes. You, Mike. Sorry if I'm asking this again, but do you think the X-Men name change from X-Men to the Mutants in the MCU? I do not know if that's going to be happening. I think that'll be really stupid and really bad branding. Terrible fucking branding. What do you feel, Alan?
I think the idea that people are like, well, you know, feminism and SG Warriors are getting rid of the man and X-Men. I think whoever thinks that is a complete fucking idiot. I just think it's I don't know. I honestly don't really know what they're going for. I thought that was fake, but I might have misread something. As far as the name change, I think that they're essentially doing like they're calling them the mutants, like there's a thing called the New Mutants and whatever. It's just a new title. They're not gonna sit there like X-Men, House of M or whatever. They're like, hey, the mutants. They're gonna call them the X-Men. Like it's a brand name. It's like well, we're not gonna go Spider-Man because that might offend people. We're gonna go Spider-Person. Like no, like Spider-Man. Like the person's 12, but that's the name of the character. So it's like, you know, they probably want to do something where they're going to call them the mutants at first and then eventually earn the name, just like the Winter Soldier, Captain America, stuff like that.
Yeah, so yeah, that makes sense. But we'll see. I don't know. I really don't think they're gonna do that unless it's gonna be like a cartoon series or something. But here's the thing, though, dude. Why don't you tell people where to find you and whatnot? Because we're about to get out of here.
Alrighty then. So if you want to hear me talk more about other stuff and doing an 18-part series about why the Dark Knight's fucking amazing, go to the Illuminati where I will somehow convince Ruthless to let me do that shit. But basically, follow me on Facebook. You'll see, drop a like on the Metropolis. You'll see when we go to premiere. The Illuminati's taking a break for the next couple of weeks while we try to essentially sort through a lot of the content, make sure everything is up to date, and basically just wait for the rest of the crew to get back before we start recording new episodes. But drop a like there for Content Corner. The Nunez is probably going to have another episode the next couple of days. So you'll catch me up at Crackhead Hours, just editing the shit out of that video. So yeah, drop a like there so you know when that shit premieres.
All right, guys. With that said, I gotta go pee. So goodbye. I'm not doing a whole fucking big thing here. Take care. Stay toasty. Tap the chat. All that good shit. Bye bye.